Hello folks, welcome back to Harrison Lego Media. I'm Brian Harrison, and today we are going to be back at the church. You can see my town over here with the little excavator, and there's a builder. I'm calling him Bob the Builder. It may become popular now, but yeah, he's back there. Yep. And this church, I just extended it. Obviously, I've been extending it, I added this church, and we've been building it ever since. On top of here, and I'll add to a little bit of my Lego City that I'm allowed to have in here, available here. But anyway, we're doing the church. This is going to be the nicest building in my Lego City. Besides maybe these little Christmas buildings are pretty nice, but this to me is almost even nicer than them. But even though I do enjoy these buildings, that's why they're here. They're here for the Christmassy thing, and so yeah, that was a great set. But we're here to do the church, but before we get started, please don't forget to comment, subscribe, leave a like on the video, hit the bell notification if you're on YouTube. If you're on Rumble, please don't forget to follow us there, hit the like and comment section. And yes, so we are on part 9. Yeah, this is part 9 of, like every bag has been an hour build, okay? And that's not a bad thing, it's just taking time. But before we get too started, we are going to open up we're going to have to open up our bag, and then I'll decide to take this part down because it'd be easier to build it up here. It's cool because with the roof, there's a roof section which is back there, and then there's these towers, the bell towers, whatever you want to call them, in the front of the church. So there you go, or just towers. So we could call them towers, but because I think the bell is supposed to be this one really. But this one really is supposed to be the bell. And then you got like all this cool decorations and stuff like that. So this is the finishing up should be finishing up the tower of the church. But before we get started, and to actually building it, I'm gonna open up the bags. I'm gonna pull out everything, and then we could just get started in figuring out how these towers, the circular towers, work. So let me get bag. It makes a noise. I'll open it, and then we'll be right back into. You'll hear me opening the bags, and then we'll be right back into building. There you go, the final bag that has. And I love how they did this with these bags. I'll show you. It's one big bag with all the stuff you need for that section. So there you go. I love it. They divided it that way. I love that. That's what they do. Real brick. There you go. That's real brick. The church. So let's get opening it. I got to put down the camera a little bit, but hey, at least you were seeing the church. But here we go. Let's try to see some of these pieces. Alright folks, we are back. And that's right, we are back to continue building onto, obviously, the church. And so, let's get started. Let's look for what we are looking for. We're going to look for some of these pieces. Okay, so this is, I like them, they're used a lot in Lego for like roofing. These are black, but they have like a little line in here. I like them. I see them a lot. Lego, so like a gutter or a place for the rain to go through. Every year people have to clean them out with their leaves, right? You know. So anyway, we'll start with one of those. I got two of them, but we'll start with one. There you go. But we got to build some things first. Let's look at what we're looking for. Let's see here. I gotta make sure that what we're looking for is one of these, and then we do. I guess we do. Yeah, this. Okay. And flip it around. You can always do it forward and flip it around. So every little piece adds to this. They're just like, these are for building techniques, and I've seen it over the years, and especially more when I got back into Lego again, that they are like, like you're gonna see this. You build walls or connect things to them. So let's say I didn't used to care for them too much, but like sometimes people will build a whole wall with maybe something like these type of connection pieces, and then decorate the wall. So in some cases it looks cool, and everybody, to each their own on that one. That's up to you how you build and stuff, but sometimes it can add a unique style, and it can look really cool. So that's what's really nice about this. But here you go. We're building onto our church. Alright. So that's that part. Okay, so let's see how we're doing this. Okay. I have a feeling we're gonna need some. I'm gonna put this off the side too. We're gonna build two of these. Wait, hold on. 4 times. Okay. Well, let's get going. Alright. So let's try it again. Okay. I'll put that first piece on there, and now you're just gonna do this. Now I'm gonna flip it this way. You're gonna then I'm gonna add that on there, and it's weird techniques and stuff, but it looks kind of cool if you ask me. All right, it's different. I know this is gonna look really good in the end, and that's what's gonna be. Okay, hold on. Let's build one of these at a time. I wanna move forward. I wanna get going, and then. Again, we're going to do this on the one side that's, has multiple. Okay, come on. Snap in. There we go. We got snapping on in. And then we got to do this, and so on and so forth. Keep adding. Yep. And then there's going to be one at the bottom. One piece at the bottom. You got to build 4 of those. So again, we pick up another one, and we start 4 of these. Okay, do that way, then I can flip it around, add the one piece that goes this way, along with that one, and then there's 2 pieces that go this one direction, with a total of 3 little connection points on here. Okay, then we get one more of these things. It looks like we're, there you go. Perfect. And then we add our little slopes. I forgot to call it. They're little cheese slope mostly for this one. These are more like slopes, and they use them in cheese. You can actually buy food kits. Just look on Amazon as quick, and you can buy food kits, and some of those food kits will come with like a cheese. Well, that actually looks like yellow and has like a little picture of a cheese on it. That makes cheese slopes. So they're called cheese slopes. The way cheese looks cut and all that too, but there you go. I never thought of them as cheese slopes actually when that's why I mentioned them that way. So I was like, why are they calling them cheese slopes? But see, depends on how you slice your cheese. I never thought of it. That's why I say it, because then I start seeing more cheese slopes. I guess apparently people do. They can slice them like that. Okay, cool. So that's why I say it, just in case no one knows why. Because I didn't. I mean, my cheese was always... The cheese I always had was always cut in squares or, you know, like cheese slices and stuff like that for sandwiches. So yeah, let's pop this together a little better. Okay, there we go. Come on, get in there. Alright, there you go. Alright, sometimes you'll have a little hard time with some of the pieces, but that's okay. Even Lego, sometimes you can have pieces can be a little challenging, but it's fun to build. You know, these little blocks, I think, in some ways change the world, especially for people who like to build. There you go. We put one. Oh, come on, camera. We put another one together, so there's 4 of them. And then we gotta grab this piece, and we gotta put 2 on. Oh wait, hold on. Is that the right piece? Wait. I have a feeling that either that's the right piece. We will pull the tower down. I was going to do it, but since I'm building this without the tower being down, I will... Oh, wait, hold on. There's the right piece. What we need to do, and this is times 2. I forgot about this, because I didn't see this glass piece thing. But anyway, let's do this. And we're going to build, out of these clear things, we're going to build 2 of these. It's just, some of this is kind of nice, so duplicating stuff. And then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. Okay? Now I'm going to do that again here. We're going to find our pieces, and they're clear, so if you don't see them, it's okay. They're just like weird clear where you can connect here. So it's not a total flat piece. It is flat-ish. It's not total flat. And then you just kind of work your way around. Yeah, don't forget to take your time. My personal opinion is, if you're doing this for YouTube, maybe look ahead a little bit. Sometimes I just like to go for it, but you can always look ahead. Sometimes I do look ahead once I open it, you know, so, or actually here, let's put that one up here. So each side, the whole point is each side has a connection piece, because you're probably going to connect stuff. So something's going to connect here, something's going to connect there, and something's going to connect here, and as well as on this side. So you're kind of doing them. So each, and the book will show you, especially if you build this, the book will show you that. And you can learn building techniques. Don't forget to watch YouTube and look. There's people way better. I'm glad to do this, but there's people who do it naturally with, you know, they just build their own buildings. I know they use a lot. There's like a Lego program they use too to help with that. But don't be afraid to watch some of that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to fill in all these with clear 2s now. So, because we want a flat surface to build on. So that's what we're going to do. And you may or may not see this, but that's okay. So yeah, like that. Yeah, like that. So it just makes it look, it's flat on the top because it isn't that flat. Now it will be with these extra added pieces. There you go. So you're building up this piece, and this should be, doesn't look like there's much more glass to this. This should probably be the last of the glass pieces. Yeah, because this technically is the last of the actual building itself. What we're building is like the final actual part of the building. Now there is one more bag left, but I call that the decoration bag, and that's important too. It's going to add the final, but it's a decoration. The overall building after this will be finished. That's the goal, is to actually finish the building and then eventually finish the decoration. And we could display this. I've already gotten, you know, like with a friend to come over and checks it out. Always is amazed as it builds. Even my woman is amazed as we've built it over time and I was able to build this. So there you go. But here you go. Okay, so we got to take one of these, and now, and you got. I'm looking. Now you're facing stuff like this, and I think, yeah, if we mess up, we'll fix it. But it looks like that. Yeah, looks like that. So you have 2 that way. Now, so yeah, there's one that faces that way, and one that faces me. That's what it looks like there. Okay, I'll leave it there. Alright, I want to make sure the build techniques to me is different. I've never built this necessarily this way. The only thing I've built that would be considered maybe complicated was the creator houses when they had them back in like 2009, 10-ish. I want to say. I don't know when they came out the first one. I just know when I got it was probably like 2010, maybe 2009, 2010, 2009-ish, because I did my first animation that way. So yeah. So now we're building more slopes, but it's just on a white piece. So you just and we got to do this 4 times. So here we go. 4 times. Okay, right? Alright. So I have a feeling that this is what's going to be for the spire. Or I call it spire. I don't know why. But for this tower. The final part of this tower. Now I think there's going to probably get to a point, and when we get to that point, we'll pull the actual. It's in sections again. So like the towers have their own section, the roof has its own section, and it's modular. So you open it up, which is cool because then you can do things inside. And I probably will. I may even put some people inside. Maybe I'll find a guy that looks like good enough as a pastor and put him inside, or maybe I'll find one. Maybe I'll make my own or something. We'll see. We'll see what the future holds. For decorating, I'd love to add more to my little Lego city, make it look kind of like it's busy a bit with characters. I do have a few people out there. It's not, yeah. They're basically standing on the porch of the police department. And there you go. That's what they're doing. So, okay. Let's see here. We gotta do this. We gotta do this. We gotta do this. And we gotta do this. So, okay. So we built 4 of them. Good. I mean, we probably could continue, but we built 4 of them. Alright. So now, we're back to this, and we're going to add this on top. Let's see here. Oh yeah, so it's connection to that. It keeps it nice and there, I guess. Nice. Okay, hold on. Oh. It's nice when you can get them connect. Okay, there we go. So now that will keep that there. And then, again, we add this. And it's facing in, and it's going to give it that circle look. I mean, right now it doesn't look like much, but sometimes with Lego, they can make pieces look, they'll give you the effect like that's a circle, even though you know full well it's not really. It's just like with the slopes added, with the way they put these slope pieces on, it makes it look like there's like a circle effect, even though it's trying to turn a square into a circle, basically. There you go. So, well, here you are. Now let's see what else we're putting in, and it should be pretty straightforward. So wait a minute, tabs 4. I know it's tabs 4. Okay. So, are they doing this differently? Oh, we haven't. Let's see here. Yeah, because I already made that. Alright. Oh, interesting. I'm fascinated now. Okay. So basically, tabs 4, they want me to put all these pieces on here, like I did before. Except, I think there's a little bit difference on this. Let me look. It seems like, okay, Alright, times 2. Okay, let's look at it. Okay, times 2. So, there's all this times... Okay, I know what they're doing. What they want me to do, realistically, is... It's all times 4. So, but, see, this is where I get confused. So what they want me to do is... They want me to, again... do this twice. So it's not... It is times 2, but they want me... They're doing it in a weird... They're not doing one at a time. They're doing... Like, so like this section will be... They both will have this, what I'm doing now. And then you put that like that there, then you flip it around, and you add this right there. Look at that. So yeah, so sometimes it takes a little bit, but it's times 2. So it's 2 of these done the same way. Now you flip the page, and now you go and say, oh, they're doing it differently for some reason here, but that's okay. So, but it's the same concept, sort of. You know, you gotta put this here, sort of. You gotta put that there, and you gotta put facing you. Then you gotta put more. If we can find them, let's find them. Sometimes you gotta take a little bit of a look. That's why I said, don't be afraid to take your time. Also, look ahead a little bit, kind of get an idea what you're doing. You can even organize parts if that's what you're good at. I don't mind building like this. I've always built like this, so that's why I do it. Then what we're going to do is on the other side, it's going to be times 4 of these. So, yeah, times 4. Yeah, okay. Let's see, same thing. Okay, here you go. We're going to go this way now, instead of the other way. But the opposite way. It's coming together. Once this is built, it's going to be really nice. So once this tower is built, it's going to be nice. It's just going to be nice to have the church finished. I enjoyed the building. I enjoyed building this as we're putting these slopes on. I did enjoy this. This was fun. But it's fun to see a bunch of pieces come together as an actual church. So there you go. And then, yeah. And then we get to add, this into this side. Yeah, there you go. Is it down at the bottom? I think it's down at it's down at because it's going to touch the side. Even if it doesn't connect. Okay, so there's that. So we'll move these to the side. We got 4 of these to make. So let's grab this. Let's grab some stuff. I'll try to show you again. See if I can do good make sure I'm doing good this time. If I make it, I'm sorry. I don't tend to, I do get distracted, but I have fun. In my building. So, but it's fun. It's fun to just kind of put bricks together and just have a fun time. So, let's see. Yep. There you go. Okay. Let's see here. And let's see. Okay, here's another piece. So you gotta find these pieces to put this together. Okay. Then I'm gonna go like this. And we're gonna grab this piece. And we're going to grab this, and here we go. Alright. Okay, we're adding more slopes. There you go. And here we're adding some stuff. There you go. Oh, hold on. Is it right? Wait, it may not be right. I gotta make sure it's right. Alright, we have that. Now it goes that way. I wondered if I was wrong. Okay. There we go. And we do it again. Alright. Add a piece here. It looks good. Okay. Add a piece here. And add a piece here, and then we have this and this, and now we have this, and this. Okay, and there we go. Alright, there you go. That does 2. Okay, and here we go, and there we are. Okay, now, oh yeah, so let's build. Let's put this on out there. Look at, see, I think we're done. See, yeah, we're getting done with that. This should not be as many pieces, I don't think, on this. Okay, so let's get more of our cheese slopes. It's kind of cool to see stuff go down. I think the next bag is going to be smaller. So, yeah. But see, this is all to create this circle effect. And so that's going to be really, really nice to have that happen. So, there you go. Yeah. Let's see here. Alright. Okay. Yeah. Yep, there we are. Oh, let's see here. Where's another slope? This should be the final one for this. Well, this part where we added in. Yeah. I'll check my work, make sure, because I don't want to make mistakes. Unnecessary mistakes. There you go. There's 4 of these weird walls. Pieces for walls. It's fine. Okay. Okay, let's get going. Let's get going. Alright. So we did that. And now I'm looking here because I gotta see how they're doing this. Okay, so we add these two 4 pieces to the sides that don't have, like, because the white, on the last one, the white touched one of these bricks. But now we add the white side does not touch any of the bricks. This connection point, that will be a black piece that will go there. So it's opposite. They're doing it opposite sides, opposite. Yeah, so they're doing it opposite. There you go. So that's it. And then we do that to the other side as well. We just add in opposite and opposite. So there you go. That's different. Looks good though. I can see with the white, that's probably why they're doing it. That makes good sense, I guess. It does. It makes sense. That's awesome. There you go. I'll make sure some of these. Okay, I'll make sure they connect. Of course, once you get everything in there, some building stuff seems a little weak at first, but then once you get it out and put the top on, it will do better. Okay, so we got that done. The only thing left we have to do is to pull out one more of these black pieces and go and do the same thing. Put slopes. More of these little slopes. I mean, it's going to be a circle. It's going to be the final deal for this. So let's add all these. And there's going to be 4 of these. So we got to get busy and build 4. Here's 1. And again, you're adding more. You're adding a 1 slope. See, and then it goes to a 2 slope from there on. So that's just how they're doing it. Yeah. Pretty cool to see this type of what makes it look round. Like, again, you're taking a square, it seems like, and trying to make it sort of a circle. So there you go. And be careful, pay attention to, obviously, angles and stuff. Sometimes if you have to correct it. But other than that, yeah, you're just adding these slope pieces. It's just rinse and repeat over and over again. Having fun. Hopefully you guys pick up something like this. If you want a challenge of a build, then you go to, especially alternative Lego, or try to get like one of those. If you like Lego Purist, try to see if you get hold of those modular builds. I wish I would have been able to. It would have been so much fun to build those modular builds, but that just wasn't in the cards. I mean, it would have been cool to have a Lego City like some of these people, because I started early on too on YouTube with Lego City, and I have a channel originally that did that, which is iHome Entertainment, which has my first early Lego on there, animation and all that. So I did some stuff pretty early on. It just stopped, and it's kind of sad. I mean, I'm glad I'm back into it again, but it's kind of sad that happened, because I probably could have had the modular and been with some of the Lego people that are on YouTube now. So that's just what happens. So, you know, but hey, I'm doing it. I'm still building. I'm still having fun. So there you go. And here we are. And let's see. Oh, let's find another stuff. Sometimes finding the final pieces aren't that. Oh, we're gonna put my hand on the camera just so I can move some big pieces over, so I can find smaller pieces too. Because except for those two are like the biggest piece, the round piece, black piece. But it's not like some of the green pieces are okay, but they're the next bigger pieces. But other than that, there's not technically a ton of huge pieces necessarily. Okay, so what are we looking for? Yeah, we're looking for slope. I know what we're looking for. I just had to move stuff away to find. And sometimes you get down. I mean, it's cool when you get way down. Like you see these pieces become a building. And that's just cool. It's cool to get to the finish. It's cool to finish it. It was cool for the journey, but it's cool when you get towards the finish. Alright, here you go. That is it. Alright, we got it. Okay, we got it. Alright, so now we get to go around and adding this into those places. And then it'll start to make sense once you start seeing it together. Start to make sense, you know, you just kind of, well, and you know what I find funny? Sometimes you take small pieces to make one big piece, right? So that's what I find funny in Lego, is that sometimes there's a lot of little pieces, but then it makes a bigger piece, and then, you know, ends up, it's part of what you do. They do that with cars a lot, where you'll see a lot of little pieces, but it's those little pieces that connect in a certain way that make that car what it is, and what it's supposed to look like. So that's what's kind of cool about all this, is it makes it look like the church. You're not going to come by and go, well, I know what they're trying to do, but it doesn't exactly look like that. Well, this one, it looks like the church. So, on, there you go. Okay, which one came off on that one? Alright, gotta find out which one came off on that one. It may have been, it's this one, because it has two pieces. Is it all there? Yeah, it's all there. Okay, I'll make sure everything is together. So, let's make sure everything's lined up. Okay, that may be more, but I have a feeling once we start putting everything together, it will do better. Yeah, it will just do better once we have it all together, and that's the goal. You know, it'll be awesome to see it in the end, and what you can do. And that's why I said pick up a building like this, or another building that does similar things. I think if you're going to build a Lego City, I know there's a lot of great Lego cities out there, but having a church is part of a city, and so I do believe that having a church is important, because pretty much every town has one, or has a few. Our town loves churches, so we have quite a few. So there you go. Nice. Now, what we're going to do before I get carried away, we're going to start popping stuff into these windows. And I'll set them off to the side, and I'll start popping these in, because these are what's next. Okay, so pop, set them, and pop, set them. This is easy. I like these windows. These are more medieval style. I know they sometimes use them in actual build, like city builds and stuff. Of course, this is a medieval church style. You'll see them, you know, especially if you live in Europe and stuff. But yeah, they like to. These are used a lot with like these graded windows. In Lego City stuff, they mostly use glass in these type of small windows. But I'm not saying they. I think some of the may have used some of these sometimes. Depends on your style you're going for. Usually, like medieval is most likely going to use these weird little. I'll show you more better. Weird little grates, and then you put them in there. They're not glass or plastic glass like Lego City stuff builds that you see, especially modern builds. You know, but more like medieval. We're trying to put all the glass in, or all the grates that's supposed to be the representative window glass in there. Even though funny thing is, in medieval times it did use stained glass, but I think this saved a lot of material. To be honest, glass was very expensive. Not like nowadays. It actually is cheaper. Some things did get cheaper because they got easier to produce. You know, but back in those days, glass was an art. And I don't think very many did it. I mean, it varied probably on where you were located and who was doing what. But I don't think very many people. There weren't a lot of people doing it like a lot of glass companies, so to speak. Of course, that grew over time and all that. And we have all kinds of glass, windows, glass in buildings like skyscrapers. But they didn't do all that back in those days. Churches and maybe castles have glass. Mostly churches were the ones that seem to have some form of glass, stained glass. If you watch all those, you know, old medieval or documentaries, just watch a history documentary. A lot of them are cool. A lot of them, I like the history documentaries, especially on stuff like this and churches. And I know I've seen churches. That's why I'm glad of building this church, because I love all that history stuff. I really do. It's really awesome. Okay, so here we go. We're putting in. So, you know, building one of these is awesome. There you go. Okay. So, what we have to do is we gotta find the top of. Okay, that's the top of it. And then we gotta remember. You gotta, you know, sometimes. Yeah, you just gotta remember where to put stuff. There you go. And this is why we did all the glass the way we did it. And apparently it's times 8. So let's just get this little bit out of the way before we get any further, because I want to make sure that this is out of the way. Because the other part, I think, is going to be fairly easy. Okay. Because adding this to this weird flat, this weird part is, yeah. There you go. There, we got it in. There's 1, 2, 3, and. Alright, here we go. Here's 4. Come on, get in there. But it's really nice to see the history of churches, and just, you know, even just see them built, you know, and even see people recreate them in any form, Lego form. Minecraft is a great way. I love Minecraft. It's a great way of building and stuff. So there you go. Okay. Yeah. Here you are. Top. Alright, good. Did it all. Alright. I'll make sure I'm doing it right. And you can. I love it when they allow you to duplicate this type of stuff instead of you waiting, because sometimes they'll do it all at once. Sometimes they're like, okay, just make it easy. Sometimes they'll divide it for some reason. I don't know. It depends on who's doing the instructions, I think, on some of these Lego things. Okay. Yeah. So you want that there. You want to make sure. I mean, it's good to build fast, but I want to make sure I got it right, because I don't want something to come wrong and I have to figure out why I did it that way, or why I wasn't paying attention like I should be. Okay, there you go. And where is it? Where's the final piece? I gotta find the final piece. There you go. There's the final piece. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's 4. There's 8. Okay. And make sure, you know, you count them. I just like to make sure. I know I did them, but, you know, it's not a bad thing. Okay, I already did the glass. I already did the so-called glass. I looked a little bit ahead, not very much. It's all on the same page. But I looked a little bit ahead, noticed that this is what was happening. And now, I'm gonna try to collect most of these brown pieces, because this is what's gonna go into our window. Yeah, this is what's gonna go in our window. Okay, so here's that piece, and then here's this piece, and then here's this. So yeah, and then we add a flat brown piece on the top. Okay, I'll show it again. Okay, so you take this piece, you add a window piece on top, and then you add one of these weird, cool, fancy brown pieces on top there, and then you add this on top. Yes, it's going to look kind of interesting with this piece because it's blocking a little bit of that window, but then that's how they did it. And then you do this piece, which is cool. There you go. And then again, you do it to all 8 of these. So if I don't show it all, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to. My hands, maybe fat fingers may get in the way too. But there you go. There. And then it's a cool building technique. This is the first time I've had, besides like the creator houses, which compared to this one aren't that complicated. But besides that, this is, I will say, by far the more interesting and complicated one, which is not bad. It's good to be challenged into building something like this once in a while, and I enjoyed it. Okay, so there you go. Again, let's do this all again, and bam. And I see the pieces going down. It's kind of nice, especially when pieces like this are happening. It's nice to see it. It's cool. It's cool, and in some ways it's sad, because it's like, you know, starting out this journey, starting out building this, it started from nothing, and you didn't know where it was going to go. And I'm glad for those who've watched it. Thank you very much. It means a lot to me. I'm very appreciative of it. But you know, all good things must come to an end. But it's not just to an end. It'll be there. It'll be visible for people who come over, or maybe on YouTube. It'll be part of the town, and people, if they're interested, could look back and say, I remember when you built that, or I remember when that was done. Okay, so I missed a window, which is not bad. I thought I had I missed a window. I'll pop that in right now. Oh, well, but I didn't, so it's good I got it. Okay, then I do one more piece, similar to what I was doing before. Alright, there you go. One more piece, one more brown piece on the top to cover up that window area. Where did it go? Where did it go? Let's find that one final. Oh, there it is. Final piece can be a little bit, especially when it's a smaller piece. There you go. Okay, so now we do. Oh, nice. Okay, cool, I guess. So now we're doing this weird decoration piece on all of them. So let's do that first. Yeah, let's do that first. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay. I'm gonna do this first because there's actually more to that decoration piece. But because these are these little brown pieces, I'm going to do this one first to each one of them, because then it gets, and then I can just, it's like assembly line. You just sometimes you can make things, if you can assemble it and it's very basic, you just do it. And they're kind of like weird flat, almost like cheese. Yeah, so, and that may be hard for my camera. See, someday I would like to get more involved in getting a camera that would get closer up on stuff. I know some people do it, but for what I have, I'm pretty excited, pretty glad just to even do this. So it's awesome to build these type of things. So there you go. And again, we do it again and again till there's no more windows to do it to. I think we're getting every time we add these little pieces, it's so exciting, because it's a more completion of the church, and it's more completion of what we've accomplished. And when we're done, we can say, hey, we built that, you know. And that's what's the goal. And get stuff like this for yourself. Get a modular build. Lego or alternative. I say alternative too, because alternative will offer stuff that Lego doesn't, or do both. I don't mind doing both, because sometimes, you know, you get you can get good from both. You know, you can get good stuff and do really well. And I see a lot of people combine both. Not a bad thing. You know, why not? So, where is it? Let's see here. I built Lego, alternative Lego, I'm not afraid. It's nice. Okay. Alright. And then what we're doing is we're taking this and we're adding these that go downward. Like that. More little pieces. Here you go. Yep. It's more like decoration pieces. That's what I'm going to call it. Decoration pieces. And, you know, once you start seeing how much of it's decoration pieces and you add it, you kind of realize that a lot is going down. But it's going to, we're getting there. We're going to get to the part where it's going to be nice to add the window on there and then see where we go from there, right? You know, see what we are going to end up with. Okay, hold on. Let's get this. Sometimes these pieces can be a little difficult. So sometimes you have to fight with them a little bit. And get them on there. Okay, here we go. Make sure that's turned. Okay, good. And yeah, take your time. Enjoy the build. And if you can build this in one night or one day, maybe even, good. Sit down, do it, get it done. Add it to your town. I always encourage people to build. Lego City. The reason for it being is it can get you creative from your worries. And if you have any issues, or even pick up a game. Let's say you don't have a lot of room. I say everybody at least should have a little bit of room to build something. Even if you just build one tower and your Lego City lives in one tower. There are a few people who've done it, but it's worth doing. So, there you go. Okay, so on this, where does these apply? Well, on this piece, it applies like that. Yep, and we do it to all of them. There you go. And more pieces added to this church. There's more pieces completed for this church. And it's a joy. It's been a joy. It's been fun. But we're getting to the end. Okay? There's 10 bags total. So the next episode will be more like 10, right? So there is actually 10 bags total for this. And, yeah. That's all I have to say. I mean, just 10 bags and it's going to be completed, right? And, whatever else, we'll finish up that stuff. And there we go. Okay, so now we pull these windows back again. And this time we're putting this, just one piece, down at the bottom. I consider it sort of a decoration piece, I guess. Interesting decoration piece. So it'll look good in the end. Sometimes you look at Lego and go, I don't know how this is going to look. And then you build it. And it looks cool. It does look cool. It's all these pieces and you combine them together and makes a car or a building or at first you just see pieces, a little bit. But it's going to end up to be something. And that's what's awesome. And it's that ending up to be something, turning something that was just bricks, even if whatever it is, and making it into something is cool. It's like it's a really awesome creative way of building, awesome. I love Lego. Lego allows people to build that aren't, that you don't have to have a building permit for, right? So, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to slide these windows in. It's going to be weird. Okay, so yeah, we got to fit those windows in. We got to, let's see. Do they even go on top? No, they clamp in. So they kind of, sort of do this. Okay. There's a lot of techniques here to make this what it is, okay? But once it's done, it's going to be awesome, and we're going to enjoy it. And we're going to enjoy looking at it. I'll enjoy looking out for. And then, who knows if with updates, they'll probably be showing in updates quite often, or it depends. You never know. Review over Lego cities. I know people will revisit stuff even they've built in the past. So it'll be a great thing, hopefully, for years to come. For where we build. Okay, so there you go. That's one. Now we got number 2 to go through. And then, it's cool to see all this happen. Like, it's cool to look at this and go, wow, look at, And then, popping in stuff like this. There you go. Okay, I want to make sure that's all popped in there. See? So now, look at, so you built this piece, the flat piece, and you just kind of fit it in there. Okay, there you go. You may not have to do that. You may just be able to, oh, well, yeah, okay, now I know why I do it, because I want to make sure I can actually get in between those pieces too, and then connect them. So there you go. So it's all, see, all this is connected. All this is now, looks like, you know, it's a square into a circle, I guess, still in some ways. Okay, that's over. That's it with that. The only other thing we have, which is going to be, okay, is we're going to add in, we're going to add this onto the top, it looks like. Okay. Okay. See, is there a way that we clamp it in? Okay. Why isn't it staying there though? Huh. Alright. Come on. Okay, you gotta get finicky with this thing. Maybe somewhat handsies to make sure it gets in there. Because, yeah, they're supposed to pop in there and not come off. Okay, come on. There we go, look at that. Alright, so you gotta get a little bit personal with this thing. And pop it on over. Come on. I want it straight on at least. Let's do it straight on. That's gonna be fun again. But this is with the price of making something look good and making something happen. It works, it's just, you gotta be a little bit handsies with it. That's the easy way, but that's, oh no, it didn't. See, I want it to stay in there. I want it to pop off really easily. And I had it the other way. Okay, come on. I want to fit in those little dots. Why is it off? It's not supposed to be off. It's not supposed to be off on the center like that. It's supposed to be, okay. I don't understand what, because that pops up way too easily. Yeah, it's not actually staying in. Okay. Now let's, okay. Why? No, you're not supposed to, they just want it, okay. Maybe it's just supposed to stay there and I'll live with it. I won't fire it, because to me it comes off way too easily. Okay, now if I could fix it with this other one, maybe I'll change it, or maybe I won't. I mean, it does, I guess just don't play with it too rough. Oh. Okay, well, it is on there. Anyway, okay. Let's do this too. So yeah. So now we're just covering up, building stuff. Okay. Alright. And now, we're going to add a top to this. Okay, come on. There you go. There you go. Well. There it is. And we'll do the same thing here. And we'll just add this black top onto it. Round circle, that's the funnel of the really serious big base pieces, or whatever you want to call it for this one. Yeah. There you are. Yep, there you go. Interesting. Oh, see, that's why I don't like. Alright. Let's pop that back on. I guess be careful how you grab it. I wish that piece would have been a little better. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I may be wrong on that. Excuse me. You know what? I may be wrong on that. Okay. That's probably a good thing I'm wrong. Alright. Yes, it's the idea, but I didn't see this. This is, we're building this piece. So that makes sense. Okay. 8 of these. Let's put these together. Let's just go through and do this quickly. It's nice when you don't screw up. I mean, I do see the round part, and that's what I thought they were headed for, but I think that part may be the final, like, capping part. So let's put these round pieces. Yeah, leave it to me to make a mistake on some stuff. Okay. This will make sense then. Good. This will make sense, because then it will pop in like I want it to into place. So, here you go. This is it. For that, and we're look at putting our other pieces on. So we have, here, this may be hard to do. Here, you know what? I'm gonna, since we seem to like to build downhill door. Okay, I'm gonna put this in a square. So that's the idea. You put 2 of these in a square, or 4 to make a little, like, well, sort of squarish round piece. And then you grab your purple, or no, your green. It's not purple, it's green. Your green, where'd it go? There's 4 of these things. No more. Wait, is it green? I see green, but it may be gray. I don't see. The only ones I see here are gray. So hopefully that's not all of them. Because there's 4 gray, so I know that's not it. It shouldn't be it. There should only be 2 of these green pieces. Okay. Or at least 2 grayish pieces, I guess. That's darker gray. Yeah, that's the only ones I see. So, okay, we put these together. And we, clamp them together here. Like this. This is easier. Then they all kind of go together. I know sometimes you gotta build stuff to get stuff, so I think that what that mistake was me not doing, well, of course, not doing it very great, but also at the same time, we're building pieces. I'm glad the roof was better than I thought it would be, because I thought it was weird. Okay, my mistake. I'm allowed to make mistakes. It happens. At least I'm correcting it. Well, you better correct it, right? Okay. So we're adding the pieces we're adding to the end of these pieces, and then in between are these little 2 pieces. So you got your 1 4 square piece, and then you got your little, what I like to call drainage bricks, because they have like a little, and they use them a lot on roofs with like where they'll have like, it looks like you can have water. I mean, that's what I refer to them as. Let's see here. Anything else? Let's finish this first. There are stuff to add, but let's finish adding it to the end of this properly, like we were doing. Do both of them, because they're both going to be a part of this. This makes sense, okay? This makes a lot better sense than what I was trying to do it. Alright, well, hey, it happens. You live and learn. So life is about. It happens. So, hey, there we go. There it is. And then you add to the corners. Yay. You add to the corners. Okay. We just keep going around. So I like this repetitive stuff sometimes, just because it's just like, oh, it's easy, Easy peasy stuff. Okay, so then you go and you add in your weird gray. They just fit the form of the, and Lego, I think that's made, I know they've made different pieces over the years. I think they have a few of these types of pieces or something. I gotta look again. But yeah, Lego has their own weird pieces too. But there you go. There it is. They've made special pieces for I think sometimes for special like sets and stuff like that. So there you go. And now, what we do? Oh, before we do that, let's try and put this on, and actually put this on somewhere, because I think it will actually go in this time, and it will be something that we all, keeps the building together. Look at that, that's solid. There we go. Thank God thank God that's better than what we could think of it as, okay? Thank God that's what it was. Thank God it was me that made a mistake, not them. Okay, so yeah. Okay. Alright, there you go. There you go, look at that. Alright, just really nice. Yep, now, see, solid, I love it. I like, Lego can be pretty solid. I mean, with all the weird, like, little window pieces and stuff like that, Lego itself can be pretty solid, so even the alternative, I think, is becoming pretty good, okay? I know people wouldn't like to hear that, but I think I like both. I like anything that's a Lego brick or so, but a lot of these companies are doing pretty good. A lot of these companies are doing also what Lego fails to do, and that's what I also like, you know? So, here you go. Let's see if that works better out. There, and that's how you add your black piece. Okay, we're done with that. Those two being that way. Okay, so now we're getting to what I call the weird green stuff that's on the top of this church. So what we're gonna do is add in these weird pieces. So let's find them and add them. And we're adding them. Okay, so part of this too, so we gotta add this. Yeah, we gotta add this in the gray piece in the front. And then we're going to, do more of and then the green piece and the gray piece. So let's do the green pieces. Where did they go? Here they are. I mean, it's a lot of green here, so they're all going to work their way to be this final build part. So yeah, we're getting down there, guys. It's getting down to the final little bit. I mean, it's going to take a bit. It's decorative, so it's awesome, but it's getting down to the point where it's going to be hopefully permanently in my Lego city I do have, which is out in front of me. That's all I was amazed I could expand it and put the church on, so I'm pretty happy about that, but that's all I could do for this part of it. Who knows if I maybe will add a few more buildings, maybe, but I'm careful. But if I had more buildings to build, I would build them. So yeah, even if I have to store them away, I could store them away. It's not, I could store them away, they just may not be on display for where people come over and say, oh, I like that building. But I may leave it on display for a little bit, and maybe, obviously make video, do this type of stuff. And then, if I ever have room, I wish someday I would, and I did at one time, but if I ever had room again, I would love to put a small Lego town city together and animate it, make more videos with it, make stop motion with it, things like that. I want to do that with this church. So that would be a goal of mine if I ever can reach a goal like that, to do more with what I have too. So, but I want to finish behind the Lego City too. There's space behind there that I think would be nice to build. Okay, so here you go. I'm looking for one of those green pieces. Up. It's good when you get things going the way they should be going. Don't make mistakes like me. Okay. But hey, laugh at them. Move forward. Just like, hey, you know what, whatever. Sometimes we have stupid moments. It happens. Sometimes we're just, maybe we were too excited a little bit because, hey, it is fun to do something you enjoy doing and love doing. I love doing this. It's really fun. Okay. Where's that other piece? Huh, where did that piece go? Okay. Where did you go? Yeah, it's probably because it's the final one. It's always the final one. Unless it gets way down to nothing, you know, then it's... as it gets down, it gets easier, but doesn't mean it's totally easy either. I can't find... Did I put that? No, I didn't put that piece on. That's the piece I'm looking for. I'll find it. We'll find the piece. Alright, where did it go? Oh, there it is. It's hiding over here. Okay. Alright. There you are. And there it is. So there's the part so far. Then we can add in a gray piece on top. Okay. Like that. And then we can add in another gray piece on top of here. Like that. And then we can do this. And this. This. And this. Okay, so that's good. Alright, I'm going to take a little bit of break. It's good to take a little break. We'll be right back building. I'll see you in a moment. And we're back. And yeah, thank you guys. We took a little break. We're back. I mean, for you it was probably nothing. It's just continuing of this video. And if it was a fade or whatever. And for me, a transition. And for me, it took a little bit. It's kind of nice to at least get your breath. But we're working back on these towers that we were working on earlier. Oh, there you go. So yeah, I started already adding a piece. I'm excited. I want to get going. So yeah, let's put this. Let's put these pieces up. I want to see this church finished and displayed among the Lego City, the small Lego City I have that I've added to a little bit on one base plate. So there you go. That's all the room I have. If I had more room, I have some road plates. I'd love to continue someday and get to the place where I have a room, even if it's a small Lego town city deal. I would love to do that. But there you go. There's your added of, you know, you're building up the towers. You're adding pieces to it, so to speak. And here we go. Look at this. We're now here adding these two pieces in here. There you go. Oh, here's another piece. It's nice to see. It's nice to see it all coming together, especially when pieces like this become easy to add, right? It's all nice to see it come together. So there you go. Or actually, it's probably more like this, but there you go. There it is. And now, those two pieces I made a mistake with earlier. Oh, brother. Now they get added to the top of this. Yes, and I did check. So yes, they do get added to the top of this as part of the circle, continuing the circular look of this build. So there you go. Look at that. That is done. That is a done piece. There you are. Okay, so what are we doing? What are we doing more? Okay, we got it. I'm just gonna do this. I know sometimes it's repetitive. We're gonna add. There's two of these stacked up. These little round circle gray things here. There's two of them. I stacked them, and then you put this little round circle piece that looks like gold or copper for some reason. I'm gonna say more like copper. And then, okay, so I feel like we're getting to the sort of easier parts. I'm not gonna say that. I know there's probably gonna be a little more to it, and like more complications to it. So, I mean, right now it's easy, so that's good. Okay, come on. It's gonna go like that. Okay, it was the right idea. Just wrong way of placing it. Okay, we round these, put these little round pieces to kind of flatten it off, and that's what a lot of things do, even the modern cars, and I don't mind that. I do like the old Lego cars. I have a few of them. They do have a memory for me, but I do like some of this. I love this new stuff too. So this has been very, very nice to see this built together. And here we go. One more piece. Oh, let's see here. Wait, how can I find that one? That's an easy. That should be an easy piece. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm looking. Watch, I'll see it. And it was right in front of my face the whole time. Okay, I'm gonna start pulling pieces down because we're getting down to the final few of these little pieces. Okay, where did it go? I am blind apparently. Okay. Or it's just... Oh, there it is. Good. Alright, there we go. Okay, so there we are. And all I gotta do is add these to the top of these. So it doesn't seem like it matters too much. So I'm just gonna add this to the top. Go over here. Add this to the top. And then we're going to add this like that, and it's, you know, you add these round things to the top. There you go. And then you add this there. Yeah, see these cool green pieces. There's some weird pieces in here, like you could tell they're a little thicker, round. Yeah, and then you just pop them in. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. 2 towers. It's awesome. This church is gonna be awesome. All right, then you add this to the top. Then you add this to the top. See, there you go. See? Look at all that. Look at all that. Okay. What's the next step? That was easy. That part was actually fairly easy, to be honest. That was fun. Alright, that's the fun part. More fun parts? Okay. I'm a little interested in some of this. Okay. I want to make sure there's no weird... Okay. Oh. Okay, here, this is what we're going to do. Now, there's all these green pieces. Now, they try to get you to add them later sometimes. Some of this stuff I will never understand why. But, there's plenty of these green pieces. We're going to look into, before we get into that, I want to try to... Okay, so we're building... Basically what we're doing is building the spire. We're building the top of this... I keep calling it that, but that's what I call it. We're keep adding to the top of this tower. Bell tower, church steeple, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're adding to it. So, actually there's 2 on one. So there you go. There it is. And then there's 2 gray pieces, and then there's these 2 green circle pieces. Okay, 2 green circle pieces. Okay, I want to get ahead of that and get what I can added before I'm going to do stuff with the more of this spiral adding deal. Okay, so alright. So basically what you're doing, and let's just do this, and I will add to it what I need. Oh, we don't want to knock those over. So I was trying to avoid. I'll put them out of the way. Alright, so what we're doing is we're adding these connection pieces. Now I may do something earlier, it's later in the book, because it's kind of the final thing, but sometimes it's easier to do it, and that's what you have to look for yourself. There's stickers still left, and there's these window stickers, and I'll show you what I mean after I put this together. And we're going to try to see if we add them so we don't have to worry about doing weird stuff to get them on. Okay, we'll see if we get them on sooner than that, and then it will still be at least part of that building finished. But here we go. I'm just building a bunch of these little print connection pieces and building this little with a flat green piece. So yeah, you're building a bunch of these. These are all over the church. So there's a lot of these. Okay. And there we go. And actually, that's a big part of it that's going down, is this piece. There's a lot of these, which is cool. It adds it to the church. Okay. Here we go. There. We're done with that. Okay. Yeah, this is repetitive. This is repetitive stuff. Not bad, just, you keep doing stuff, you keep building. We're going to see what pieces cut down after this. It's going to be probably quite a few, actually. Yeah, it's going to be quite a few. It's going to be quite a few, people. Alright. I hope you enjoyed me doing this build. I mean, I enjoy it. Here we go. And yeah. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this. This has been a process, and sometimes a lot. Like I said, this is a little, like putting these little pieces together. It makes it's still a little piece, but you're going to put them on, and it's going to be it's part of the church, and you'll be amazed. Little techniques, little pieces here and there, but it makes the building the difference, even within the church that you've seen if you've watched through building me when I build these videos. Oh yeah, that stuff pieces cut down. There's a few pieces left. Okay, here we are. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, there's a bunch of stickers. Boom, there you go. A bunch of these window stickers. Now that was kind of weird and funny. We're gonna start with the first one. Okay, and the reason why I say that, because they're not like Lego stickers. You gotta put them on to your window like that, sort of, and I'm not the best, it may not look perfect, but you get them on there, you seal them on, and you want to be careful. You try to get them normal, and then you peel this paper thing on, and the sticker sticks. It's different, it's weird, because with Lego stickers, if I make a mistake, I can kind of move them around, but with these ones, it's hard to do that. So I'm going to kind of go through, and now you could do this afterwards. There's a lot of stickering afterwards that you do. I did some stickering during it because they did show it, but there's stickering afterwards, and I may not show all of it because of where some of the stickers are located, but there's only a very few stickers. As you can see, there's like the front one doesn't even have a sticker. There's these 3 stickers left, so yeah, I'm gonna have to look where all of those go. I have a feeling where 2 of them go, but yeah, so you just, but once the stickers are done, they're done. But I'm going to do these stickers because I feel like they're smaller, and while I have it out, I know you could do it afterwards, and if it's better for you to do it afterwards, do it with the way the book does it. But if not, I say it's easier while they're down here, just kind of do them now. Get them over with. Alright, so we're going to sticker up all this, and then it's less stickering I have to worry about with the final build. As you can see, there's a little bit more, especially with the trees. That sticker was easy. That doesn't happen very often, where I can at least straighten it out a little bit better. Okay. Alright, well, that's what it is. Sometimes it's perfect, sometimes it's not. I'm not good with stickers. That's the problem. Problem is, I've never been that good with them. Sometimes I amaze myself. Okay. So, I try to get them on there. I try to get them on there best I can. I mean, there are ways and methods, but okay, there's those. So we have a bunch done already. Alright, like I said, you could do these later. Alright, so we put them on. Try to get it on. The first time, if you can. I mean, if you can, that was lucky. They don't always remove. That sometimes they can, but I feel like they're not like Lego stickers where you can't actually remove them. So there you go. And because you may screw them up, I did already on this church strip sort of one, but the sticker's there, but I sort of screwed it up a bit. So that does happen, so just be aware of that. Alright. But I've gotten used to the idea of how these stickers work, so thank God. Alright. So there you go. Yeah. Alright, here we are. Here. Alright, let's add these stickers. Finish these up. And then you pull this little plastic piece off and the sticker stays. I mean, that's how they do it. Okay. Let's see here. There you go. Let's do another one. Oh, wait a minute. Did I do that right? Oh, I'll put it on and then I'll figure it out. Okay, because there is... Okay. Hold on. Are there... Oh. Okay. I'm looking. Because... Okay, well, let's put the stickers on. I may have made a mistake. A little bit, but we'll get those mistakes worked out. But we're going to put the stickers on. If I have to readjust some things, I will. But at least the idea is there. The concept's there. Well, I think I'm going to have to make some readjustments. But I want to finish the stickers because I'm on a roll with the stickers. I could always remove tiles and make them better. You know? There's always that. So I'm not... This is simple. Once these are all on there, let's see. So how many are left that need stickers? Okay, there's a few. Okay. And once these stickers are on, I can reattach things differently and make it so it looks like it's there and it's okay. Alright, there we go. Here's more stickers. Well, we'll fix this. We got the right idea, but we'll fix this. Not a big deal. Just it's Lego. You make a mistake, you can go back and fix it. Generally, I have never, except for maybe some stickers, but even with actual Lego, the stickers you can actually fix. So these ones are harder. I mean, you saw me. I did fix a few, but you gotta be careful because once it can stick once it's laid down. The plastic part comes off. That's permanent. It seems like. So because I think the stickers aren't that strong. I think Lego uses a different. I think they all use different, but Lego uses a stronger sticker, and it's easier to rearrange it and stuff. Maybe, that's my... Alright. So here you go. And one more sticker for this part. And we're done with the stickers for now. That's probably going to be the conclusion of the last part of the book because of that's probably just going to be conclusion of the last part. Okay, so what are we doing? Well, we're fixing some things. So we added stickers, and now they want us to do something that I screwed up on. I want to make sure I can find one that has two of these on there. Let's see, is that one normal? Actually, that one is not. Oh no, it is normal. That one's normal. Let's put that one on there. That's the easy way of doing it. Find the ones that are normal and put them on. That one's normal. Anything that doesn't need to be fixed goes on. Because there's no point in fixing something that doesn't need it. Okay, so we do it again? Oh, we actually did pretty good on... well, I spoke too soon. But we sort of did. But I will fix this. Okay. Alright. Snap it onto the... So we're snapping all this window stuff onto here. And of course we'll probably rearrange these to clap them on. And then here again. So these two pieces are actually different from... Well, they are sort of different from each other, I think. Not quite. That one's not the piece. That's different. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, get it off. Okay. They are different, but here. I just kind of... I need to pay attention. Okay. But it's easy to fix. It's not... And then once you fix your stuff, you can put it back on. Yeah, that goes up. Okay. Another one fixed. Some of them are going to be easy, I think. Easier than others, because some of them duplicate. There you go. And... Oh, wait, hold on. Sort of. Not quite. Yeah. Top. Turn it around. Turn the tower around. Clamp that piece back on. We're getting there. Let's see, is there any more pieces that are... Oh, that one is. See, it's easier when you have pieces that you know are right. I'm trying to find ones that are right so I don't have to worry about the ones that... I worry about the one pieces are wrong, because I got a few right. I actually did get a few right that I didn't have to correct. Like this one, I don't actually have to correct. Wait, hold on. No, I do have to correct that one. Okay, let's see. Any other ones I don't have to correct? Okay. No, I do have to correct some. Okay. Let's get some of these double pieces off, which is fine. Some of them are just upside down. That's the problem. Some of them I actually legitimately have to correct and face them differently. Okay, so let's do this, and let's do this. Let's fix this. There, and we can pile that on. And then we're going to fix this again, so that we could, yep, put that on. Some of them, they just need the other piece, so there you go. The ones that need the other piece, the ones that need to be corrected. Like this is right, in theory, but wrong, and so I just flip them around. And there you go. That piece is done. So that's good. Again, just the wrong right pieces together, wrong way. So I flip them around. Not a big deal. Pop them back onto the part of the church. Then pop more stuff off. And so it goes. And so it continues. Okay. But hey, at least it's actually not that complicated to fix it. So there you go. Why not? Why not make some mistakes once in a while and then fix them? Oh, brother. Here you go. Alright. Here we go. We'll get there. We'll get there. It's been a long week. Okay. So, there you go. Yeah. And, yeah. Actually, you know what? Yeah, that's the bottom. Hold on. Let's just get this one right. We're there. One more. Gotta flip it. Boom. Boom. Done. And all the window stuff, so I don't have to mess with this little stuff and try to get stickers on there later. All that. And you may want to look ahead and do that for your spiral or your church tower. And all that is done. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Let's see how these pieces need to kind of work together. Alright. There you go. So look how you're... Oh, get the sticky stuff away from me. Weird plastic sticky stuff. Okay. Apply the sticker. Come on. Nope. Go that way. Don't want you anymore. I'll clean you up later. Okay. There you go. Oh. No. Don't wrap yourself around that. Alright. Okay, there you go. So I'm going to stay around. Okay. So yeah, there you go. And of course, once we pop them in, they'll slide in better. We gotta get the top on, and that's gonna be fun. Okay. So, we did all that. Before we get the top on, we gotta build the top. Let's move this over. I don't want to fall over. We gotta build the top by putting... I call these pieces here, I call them like what pirate hourglass things that makes you look ahead, and they do use them in Lego like that. But apparently you can use those building techniques, and they do that too. So there you go. Usually the black ones are the ones used for like pirate themed or adventures, or sometimes someone ends up with one and they usually add a glass piece at the end to make it look like they're looking through like a telescope or it just like a binocular type thing. Okay, there you go. So we're going to do this. Yeah, these are the last pieces. Yeah, they're not. These are the last little pieces for the top of this church. Okay, so you add this on, and you add these little flower thingies on, and this is it for. And then you add this little piece on. That's going to hold it holds flags and stuff. I see people use it for flags. I've used other pieces, but they're kind of a weird round, where you could add stuff on the top. And then this is what you do. Okay, so we take this. I'll use these tools probably somewhere in the future for Lego, but because they're construction tools. But they use a construction tool-like thing to put the little cross on. So here we go. And this has been extra great. I don't mind extra pieces for Lego. That just means I could use it for something else. Put it on the top of maybe pull it up a little bit so it looks a little more like a church. There you go. Then you got another one. Look at this. Another one. Yeah. Okay. Then we're done with that. Yeah, let's put these two back where I like. Okay. I'll add them to the bag, ever-growing bag of these, because this church took a lot of these, a few of these at least. There you go. Oh, hey, you know what? Let's pull that up. Let's see. Can I? What piece slid in that way? Okay, there you go. There you go. Okay. So there you go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to try to put it sideways. Camera, focus. Okay. We're going to try to put it sideways. So what we're going to try to do is I know we're going to have to add this on, and it's probably all going to connect somehow. Is it? Or are we kidding ourselves? Or does it just... Oh, maybe it doesn't. Maybe we are kidding ourselves and make it look like it connected to the top. Well, that's fine. At least we kidded ourselves. Okay, here we go. Let's put this over. Let's kind of get these together. They're not going to connect actually, but hey, at least they're connected to the bottom, I guess, and they have stuff on the top. Alright, then we kind of put this on top here. Okay. There's your... Okay, let me put this up a little bit. There's your steeples, or your part of the rest of your towers for your church. There you go. See, come on. Focus, camera, focus. You can do it. Okay, so there you go. There's your top of your little towers. Hopefully they're okay. I think they're okay. Okay. There you go. There's your towers. And that's it. That's all you have. That's all you have. Okay. So, and it's times 2. And here we go. Here's the part where we get to have some fun. Alright. Okay, yeah, this is the part where we get to have some fun. I'm putting these on and making sure that okay, let's make sure they're even. Sort of. We can move yeah, there you go, they're pretty even. Alright, so this is the part where we get to have fun. And put these spiral, or the rest of the bell tower, or whatever you want to call it. I don't call it bell tower or tower, let's just call it tower, I guess. Church tower on top. So here we go. We may have to move the camera up a little bit more, but we're going to do it this way first, because this is easier, yeah, it's easier. Alright, here we go. This is it. Okay, so we put the first one on, and yeah, they snap into place. There you go. There's your first one, and then yeah, I guess I'll show it this way. It's kind of hard to get it all in the camera, but here's your second one. They just pop on glass. That's probably why you built with glass, because the light will go through it. Yes, this building does light up. which is amazing because I didn't expect this. I didn't know about the light part too much until I saw it on the box little image. I'm like, lights? There's lights with this? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring the church forward, the whole town, because it's all built on one plot. We're going to try to move it slowly over, so it's a big deal. Okay, these are hard to see, but these little lights, these are the little lights. This is going to be hard. You can see this, we added this in a build earlier on, when we got to that part. I forget what video part it is, actually, by now. But, okay, so this is the idea. Alright, so what we got to do is we got to place this in, because we're done with the actual tower now. So we're gonna place this in carefully. Okay. Well, here, hold on. Let's move this forward a bit. Okay, we're gonna place this in as carefully as possible. Sorry for the shakiness. I'm trying to place this in. Okay, hold on. Let's put it in. Okay. Alright, hold on. Okay. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me move these towers for a minute. I'll put them back on. Let me remove them for a minute. Alright, I'll put them back on. We gotta get this cable in. Let's see, how does it work? Well, it's really small, so it's kinda hard to get them in. Especially when you have fat fingers like me. Okay, come on. We're getting them in. We're trying to. Oh. Alright. Okay, here we go. I may have to, okay. Let's see if I can get in there. Okay, nope. Okay, come on. Let's get you in. I know they're sure facing that way, but they're just hard to get in anyway. Oh, come on. No. Come on. My fat fingers. Alright. This is becoming very weird. Okay. Here, let me see if I can get them in properly. Alright, here we go. Oh, come on. Or is it on the top? Am I doing it wrong? Okay. Alright. Come on. These get harder and harder. Okay, here, you know what? Should I? Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can do it one more. No, I may have to. Okay. Well, hold on. Let's see. Yeah, my fat fingers aren't. Okay, you know what? Ooh, that was bad. Okay. Pop that off. Okay. No. Why aren't you going in? Okay, that's not. There we go. Okay. You gotta pop them in. They're small. And they're kind of a pain in the butt to fight, but once they're in, they're awesome. Okay, that one wasn't so bad, actually. Okay, now we gotta put back our roof. Church roof. It didn't do, nothing happened to it. It's solid. So nothing fell off. Okay. Okay, put our church roof back on. Okay, there you go. Okay. Whew. This is going to take longer than I thought. Well, at least to this part. Alright, so I put back on my church deal. Put back the towers. I showed you earlier how to put them on. So I'll just put them back on here. There you go. Didn't want to bump them. Alright, here we go. This is what it is. Okay, so now we put cables inside the church. Yes, I know it's kind of weird. The cable management is okay, but for what it is, most of the time you'll be looking at the outside of it. So maybe if you do videos like I plan to do with it, you know, it maybe cause a little bit of problems, but that's okay. Okay, here we go. Don't want any of these sticker stuff left on the building. Oh, and the church, only one piece fell off the church thing, but that's okay. It's a back piece, easy to fix. Here, let me see if I could find that. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay. But there you go. There's the church. Okay. Anything else that's a problem? Don't want any weird sticker, extra sticker stuff that isn't needed. Okay, there you go. There it is. Okay, I'm going to back it up a bit. There it is in all its glory. Look at this. Okay, let's look at this. Look at this. This is all its glory. It's all done. You can see I have other stuff. But this is the tower. And now I'm going to bring this down. And sorry about the movement. I'll bring this down to where we look at the front of the church. This is the completed building part of the church. This is it. We are done. With the actual building itself, we are done. Now the decoration part, there's one more that we'll do. Hopefully it's just one more video. We'll add the rest of the stickers. We'll add, I think there's not very many stickers. There's like 4 stickers left. I think there's like at least 3 or 4, but not very many. Most of it was been done during this build. Yeah, I think there's, there's 1, 2, 5 stickers left, actually. So yeah, 5 stickers left. We are pretty much, but other than that, we are pretty much done with everything, with the actual main build. But we got more decoration. That's it for this. The actual church building itself is done, except for the decoration and a few stickers left over. But other than that, you can stay tuned for that final episode. Hopefully it'll happen within this next week. We'll see, but I'll do it as soon as I can. We'll get it done. We'll get it finished. I enjoyed this build. I'm very thankful, but I'm thankful for at least the main church and its towers, bell towers, light tower, bell towers, whatever you want to call them, church towers are done. And I want to thank you. Thank you so much if you stay tuned to my videos. Thank you so much if you watch. Thank you for letting me do this, or thank you for also hopefully enjoying this. I did. I enjoyed this build the best. It was awesome. It's an awesome build. It was an awesome build, even with with weird, whether it was weird audio or anything. It was still an awesome build. Thank you so much for watching these videos with me. I want to say God bless you. Till next time. Don't forget to keep building with Lego and have fun. Enjoy life, guys. Life's too short. And you gotta have fun. You gotta actually enjoy what you enjoy, and that's what I love doing about this. Is I do enjoy this. So, but thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for final episode, final part of this where we finally finish the final bag. Probably add those couple stickers on, or couple 5 stickers, whatever on, and then we'll kind of move. We'll move from there and see what else is left. And the stickers we'll see. I mean, some of them you'll see, some of you won't, but we will finish the final decoration of it. It's more like plants and stuff around. We already had a few while building this church, where we start out with a base plate and added some cobblestones and stuff. We did add a few flowers in the front of the church with some of the build that we've done, and you can see those videos. But we got the final decorations, the final actual decorations, and I hope you stay tuned for that. But thank you so much again. God bless you. Keep building with Lego. Till next time, next build, or next Lego video, whatever it may be. Again, God bless you. I'll see you all in the next one.